Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new Animal Crossing video. Now we're doing something a little bit different today. We're going off script, so this is an unscripted video, so please excuse any pauses and ums and things like that. But yeah, so it turns out the recent Animal Crossing rumor that has been circulating, the so-called Animal Crossing 2026 teaser, it was fake, so it was totally made up. It, of course, comes originally from Beat 'em Ups, the big Nintendo YouTuber. I'm sure you know who he is. Basically, made up a fake leak or a rumor that obviously circulated pretty much everywhere in the Nintendo community of what we can expect from a July Direct. And the biggest one that I think took us all by surprise and got the community so hyped was the fact that an Animal Crossing 2026 teaser was going to take place at the end of the Direct. Now, I think we're going to get into it, but basically, from my point of view, we had no reason to kind of not believe this. We'll get to that, but basically, Beat 'em Ups has come out with a video, of course, saying he made it up. It was an experiment to see how rumors circulate on the internet and how things go viral and how mainly Nintendo Direct leaks become kind of mainstream. The video was good. I found it very entertaining. The editing was really good. The storytelling was really good. The logic behind it was really good. And what it was about was, of course, him telling everybody what was going to be coming up in a Direct, and I totally fell for it. I was hook, line, and sinker. I believed him, I wanted to believe him, and I was so hyped for a new Animal Crossing game, which obviously led to a whole bunch of videos, which again we'll get into. Now, I want to get straight off the back, I don't feel betrayed or conned, even though it was obviously false. I don't want any hate towards anyone. It was, of course, an experiment, which isn't necessarily justification, but it definitely goes to show that probably myself and others maybe read a little bit too much into it, let our excitement and hype for a new Animal Crossing game get totally carried away. And I'm not disappointed with kind of what happened, but I'm more disappointed that the lack of Animal Crossing news is still a thing. We want some news, we want a new Animal Crossing game, we're so excited for it, so of course we get excited over the potential of any potential little bit of information. So it's no wonder, at least from my point of view, why I got carried away with it, because I wanted it to be true. So that's kind of, I don't know if I'm making any sense here, but there was this lie, it turned out to, or a rumor turned out to be a lie. I got carried away with it, and I think a huge part of that is that I wanted it to be true. So that's where I kind of want to set the scene here. But the video, going back to the video he released post-Direct, I guess, does highlight an important issue about the correct terminology and kind of fact-checking and researching topics before creators and YouTubers and people kind of just jump on the bandwagon and follow whatever is going viral. Now, I always make a point of citing things, sourcing things, crediting things. You can check any one of my videos. It always has like 10 source links to articles, tweets, posts, YouTube channels. So I always make a really conscious effort to do that. But I guess in this instance, I didn't go far enough with the research, or I didn't fact check it, which is another point he made in the video where he basically said anyone could have reached out to him to verify it, and no one did, and I didn't, and maybe that was silly of me not to do that. But ultimately, I think, again, I got caught up in the hype. It's not an excuse. I report the news. I report the Animal Crossing news. It was Animal Crossing news. Everyone was talking about it. I do always tell everyone to be super skeptical over these things and take things with a pinch of salt. So I always make a point of doing that. But at the same time, I think people could tell that I was really thinking this was going to be true. And so for that, I apologize for the part I played in it in case I got any of your hopes up in circulating what was clearly a false rumor. Now, I guess I should have known better. I think Beat 'em Ups doesn't really have a track record of leaking anything. He isn't known to have any connections at Nintendo other than like typical PR teams. So looking at the bigger picture, if I had put my hype and excitement for it aside, I should have seen that it was all BS, but I didn't. But anyway, getting off topic a little bit here, there are some lessons to take away from this. It also reminds me to focus on accurate wording and the right terminology. I mean, I don't use the word leak very often because that is a very different thing to a rumor. By the way, if you've watched this video, this is going to make way more sense than if you're just listening to me ramble. But I don't often use the word leak because it does kind of coincide with something physical making an appearance, whereas This was kind of presented as a rumor and kind of everybody jumped on it being a leak. I'm proud to say that I don't really use the term leak, mostly because I know Nintendo hates that and they will come after you. So we kind of do stick in the realms of rumors. But this whole thing does remind me to be a little bit more careful with my wording, with titles. And in the light of this and in full transparency, I've gone down a path to tidy up a few recent videos, and by that I mean I've deleted, or not deleted, but I've privated a couple of videos, mostly because I did get carried away with this, and I kind of went full on with it, expecting news for Animal Crossing this month, so I used that as kind of the foundations to talk about various topics. And because it is now fake and there's no legitimacy behind it, it was false, there's no truth to it at all, it's not happening, it hasn't happened, it kind of makes my videos void, and the topics that I was talking about, it doesn't really make sense. So I have removed a couple of videos, mostly tying in a few other rumors along with this one, and I used those to create videos. And obviously with this, knowing this is fake, I don't feel comfortable having those up because, it's just a load of nonsense now. So I've removed a few videos. I took down 5 videos actually. 1 to do with the playtest, and then 4 to do with this rumor specifically. Again, fortunately, we are skeptical with most of the videos we do, and I do often remind everyone to take things with a pinch of salt, as I did, fortunately, with this rumor. This originates from Beat 'em Up Woods on the Nintendo podcast, where he states, and I quote, "As far as I'm aware, the One More Thing is supposed to be just a teaser card. I heard Isabelle is going to show up and is going to tease a card Animal Crossing coming out in 2026. Now, obviously, I would take this with a pinch of salt. He's obviously not saying where he got this information and any information about the next Nintendo Direct. So a couple of videos are staying up, mostly because I am an Animal Crossing news channel, and this was Animal Crossing news. Everybody was talking about it, despite whether the hype was justified or not, everyone was talking about it, and I think those videos, the news ones specifically, should stay up because it kind of shows what was happening at the time, what rumors were circulating at the time, how hyped we all were, and at the end of the day, we need to remember that I am an Animal Crossing fan first, and I am an Animal Crossing creator second, and I was hyped about it, so of course we're going to talk about it. But yeah, I did have to take a couple of videos down just because I felt like they took it a little bit too far and went a bit off topic. Now, again, just to reiterate, to be clear, I don't think anyone is at fault here. I think myself and other AC creators all just want a new Animal Crossing game. We saw a bit of info and we jumped on it, mostly through excitement and, I guess, disbelief that we were getting something finally, and we kind of all ran with it. So I don't blame anyone for jumping on this, and I also don't blame Beat 'em Ups for hosting an experiment. It was clearly planned from the beginning. It was proof in his video, and it has highlighted some valuable lessons in terms of the terminology some channels choose to use, and myself included in some instances. And I think it also teaches us to be a little better and more thorough and research as much as possible before we go ahead and make videos, which, again, as you know, I do make a conscious effort of doing anyway. But I do want to say, again, I'm sorry if my coverage of this specific rumor has got anyone's hopes up. And naturally, knowing what we know now, I'm going to try much harder to verify sources, or rather than just going to articles, try and get to the root of it before reporting it as a major rumor. I think that's probably the best outcome from this. Now, obviously, going forward, I'm still going to report the Animal Crossing news, obviously, including credible rumors, and I'll still speculate as we have done for years because we are Animal Crossing fans at the end of the day, and we love any bit of info that might lead towards a new game. So I'm definitely not saying it's a bad thing to speculate or talk about rumors, but clearly we need to do a little bit more research every now and then. Now, I always want to say, like, in a strange way, this whole experience, these last few days of reporting on the rumor and the speculation surrounding it, finding out it was a lie or for an experiment, in a strange way, has also reminded me why I make videos in the first place, and that's because I love Animal Crossing, and it was the Animal Crossing connection of that kind of blew this whole thing up. And that's what I love about the Animal Crossing community and the community we have here, and how much we love to speculate just because we love AC so much. It's just fun, and while some people may be annoyed with me or with beat 'em ups or not agree with the logic of the video or the experiment, or for the lack of a better word, we need to remind ourselves it's just a video. It was just a rumor. It will all blow over. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. No one's in danger. We have learned from it as creators. I don't think I'm the only one to say that I've probably learned from this experience. And I don't know if I'm making any sense here, but it is important to remember, despite the teaser itself not being real and the whole build-up to it being a little bit anticlimactic, we will get Animal Crossing on Nintendo Switch 2 eventually. It's going to happen eventually. It's the top-selling IP. I'm sure Nintendo are hard at work with whatever is next, and no doubt we will be discussing this, our hopes, our predictions, and the next Animal Crossing again when the next Nintendo Direct comes around, whenever that may be. Now, unfortunately, I did have a lot of hate comments. I lost a lot of subscribers during this whole thing, mostly because people straight away didn't believe the rumors and kind of were mad at me for reporting on them in the first place, even though I am a news channel. We've always reported on the vast majority of rumors and leaks and things like that. Yeah, lost a lot of subscribers, and I don't know whether it's because I was obviously reporting on something that was obviously fake to other people, or whether they didn't like how hyped I was for it. I don't really know why, and I lost even more when the partner direct was announced, which made the whole thing obviously fake, because at that point we knew it wasn't a Nintendo Direct. We knew we wouldn't get any Animal Crossing news, and at that point I lost hundreds of subscribers, which is pretty crazy. I don't really know why, but I do want to say thank you for listening if you're still here and if you're still subscribed. Of course, this is a massive learning curve. I've never really experienced anything like this before on YouTube. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to say. It is disappointing that there's no news. I'm not disappointed that we feel tricked. I'm not disappointed that we were hyped for no reason. I am disappointed that there's no Animal Crossing news to talk about yet. So yeah, going forward, I hope you'll stick around. It should be business as usual in the coming days. There's always something to talk about within the Animal Crossing community, but we'll do it with just a little more caution. So yeah, I don't know if this ramble made any sense, totally off script here, maybe I should have scripted it, but I wanted it to be honest and genuine, and I wanted you to understand why I covered it, A, because we're a news channel, and B, because everybody was excited about it, but also remind you that we do, on this channel, we do a lot of research, we do a lot of crediting. We link every source we talk about, and on this instance, I think despite linking them and crediting them, I did get a little carried away with the hype of this, mostly because I was excited there was a new Animal Crossing game. So I hope that comes across. It wasn't necessarily a mistake, but I probably shouldn't have made as many videos on it as I did, because I was kind of using it as the foundation to talk about other cool things that I was excited for, and it's now all a load of nonsense. I hope that makes sense. I hope you're not too mad. Obviously, anything you have to say stays on this channel. You know, keep within community guidelines. Anything you want to say about this specific situation, I would stick on this channel, on this video. Just keep everything you have to say here. I'm sure it's business as usual over at Beat 'em Ups as well. Really good video. If you haven't watched it and you don't know what I'm talking about, definitely go and watch it. It is a good video. I will say that. It's a good video, it's entertaining, it's really well edited, the story's really good, the logic is there, and yeah, I fell for it, I believed it, I wanted to believe it, that's the thing, I wanted to believe it, and so I reported on it. Just turns out it was fake. So there we go, I have left up the news videos, taken down any kind of fan theory videos surrounding it, and just left the news up there, so yeah. And once again, sorry if I got your hopes up at all when discussing these rumors. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.